hello out there in social media land. It's your girl, it's Victoria. I am back in the driver's seat. I'm back on today with Fresh Cut Friday. It has been some time, it's been some moments, but we're glad we're back today. And so go out there and tell somebody she's here. Come on in the room with me. And so I just wanted to say thank you to those of you that I keep seeing some pop up messages coming. Thank you so much for your what do I say? Your concerns, maybe. I thank you for you being in the place with me, and I thank you. Hey, Miss Carrie, thank you so much for being with me, my friend. Please care, share, and like, and send this information out to all of those wonderful people that over the last couple of years, almost 4 years, is I want to say 4 years, 5 years now, that we have been doing elevation moments and uncensored conversation. It's been it's been a time that we have enjoyed being a part of what we do. Right, we enjoy coming to you all, talking to you all about certain things that's happening. We're coming back to give you some key points and some I'm saying nuggets, but let me set the record straight on a few things, okay? So we have been gone for a while. It's been some time. We took a sabbatical because we were getting ready to relaunch some things, and so we wanted to give ourselves some time to do that. So I want to tell you something that is very important. When you start doing certain things and you know that you're feeling the burn out yourself, it's time for you to take a break. And that's what I want to talk about a little bit today is talk, what that looks like when you're coming back. But what I want to tell you is that we took a little break. We took a little sabbatical. We wanted to get some things into place. We wanted to have some time to work on some things. And so we were also we're still finishing up the book collaboration, and we will talk about that briefly here as well. But we know that it was necessary for us to take a break. We knew it was necessary. And so we did take a little sabbatical to work on the collaboration. So we did that, and we're still doing that. But in the midst of that, we also lost a dear friend of mine who was not only a good friend of mine. She was my support system. She was my therapist. She was also one of the supporters behind the scenes of our book collaboration and so many other things. And so, and I'm still recovering from that. I'm still pivoting into that, right? There's certain things I did not stop doing. I didn't stop pastoring. I didn't stop doing some other things, but I did have to take a moment. It was very devastating to lose someone that has been in my life for the last almost 9 years and has helped me to develop some of the things that you have been able to see over the last couple of years. And so with that loss came a moment of I don't want to say despair, but I want you to understand that sometimes we use the phrase mental health. Mental health is real, people, and we all need to be more cautious in how we use the phrasing, because we all have issues. Can I just say this? Can I put this out there for everybody to get? We're all are going through something, right? We are all going through something. You may not voice it like I voice it. You may not hide it like I hide it. You may not, we all have to handle the components of mental health in the way that is conducive for our own healing. And one of the things that Simone was good about teaching me is that, you don't have to do it anyway like anybody else. Just do it the way that you know that is safe, right? Hey, Bishop Harris, thank you so much for joining, my friend. I miss you. And First Lady, please give Overseer my love. But today, God told me to come back. I've been waiting for the release for God to say, okay, it's time to go back into the business. It's time to go back into the atmosphere that I feel most comfortable with. Over the last 8 years as a motivational speaker, as a coach, me doing lives is my healing place. And I don't know about you, but sometimes you have to understand where that place looks like and what it does do for you, right? And so when I lost my best friend and confidant, and she was also, like I said, a person who stood behind many of the programs and stuff, and she was constantly pushing me to do certain things and keeping me on track. That was a big loss to me. And so, in spite of that, with everything else that's going on in our lives, because see, this is the thing. Can you be honest with yourself that everybody's going through something, and there's a lot that we don't understand, and there's a lot that we're trying to recoup from? And so, during this time, I've been able to kind of sit back and take a little breather. And so, I'm coming back to, we came back today. It was like, I've been sitting here with the notes and all of the things that God has downloaded to me. And this is not a preacher moment, but I'm going to, whatever I do, I have to incorporate what God has given me, right? And so this is the thing. I waited because there's some things that I felt strong enough to come back and do. There's many people that they're still saying, I haven't heard from you. You haven't talked to me and all of those kinds of things. And you're right, I haven't. But this is the reason why. Sometimes you have to get to that place that I talked about before we've been talking about this for a minute. The 3S: silence, strategic plan to show up. And let me even kind of boost that a little bit. Silence for strategic plan for God to show up. See, this is the thing. We tend to move too quickly without taking in certain things: rest, relaxation, being able to get to a place where you can say to yourself, I need to rest a little bit, right? And so when you have other health issues too, can I be honest with you? When you have other health issues, when you are stressed beyond measure, you can cause those issues to get worse. And you can say what you want to say. I have a very, very good doctor here in the North Carolina area, and she's constantly telling me how stress is a key component to some of the things that you may be going through. So I want to encourage you to try to release your stress. We are truly too blessed to be stressed, but sometimes that just doesn't feel good when you got to be able to say to yourself, and you got to admit to yourself that you need a break. So I'm talking to you today. I'm telling you on this Fresh Cut Friday that sometimes it's time for you to take a break. Take a moment to sit back and see what it's all about, right? And so I want to tell you, yes, we are back. We're definitely back. We've got some things that we're doing. How can I even say this even more? Elevation moments is exactly that. Elevation moments is those moments that God will release us to give you some information. He will allow me to say some things. Hey, LJ, thanks for joining. There's times that in the industry, when you're doing podcasting and when you're doing these lives, there's sometimes you don't realize the stress that's behind the scenes. And I'm not giving you any excuses. I'm telling you what life is. Life is truly life. And I don't like to use all of the young folks is saying, but it definitely does what I want to say, it does mean something here in this moment. Life does be laughing, and sometimes life be laughing at us too, right? And so sometimes you have to get to the place where you understand that sometimes you got to take a break and regroup and recover, right? And so after some periods of time, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. One thing about elevation moments is I come to you real and raw as much as I can. I'm not gonna try to sugarcoat it. I come back to do the elevation moments as I started out doing the motivation years ago, by being real with you and talking about what things that needs to help you get through this next level in your life. Elevated, not tolerated, means to rise above anything and everything that has held us down and caused us to feel inadequate. And sometimes it has even hurt us. But I'm coming back to you today to tell you that you are elevated and not tolerated. And you are going to learn how to be empowered, embraced, and educated, how you can move to your next. It's time for us to reclaim, refocus, and rebuild. So our topic that we're going to be talking about for the next couple of weeks, and I'm going to tell you right now, there's not a set schedule right now, because Elevation Moments is just that. It's moments. It's time. What does that really mean? What does that really look like? I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you really want to know what that means. I really want you to understand what Elevation Moments is. It's where we're your voice to help embrace you, empower you, and educate you, because sometimes you need that. We're going to do it through the coaching times. We're going to do it through inspirational tips. We're going to do it to help you and I get to where we need to be and inspire ourselves to be where we need to be right now in this season. See, sometimes we continue to walk haphazardly on eggshells, and the book is going to be released in about a week. We walk on eggshells, and we hold ourselves so tight that we can't even breathe, right? Well, I want to tell you today that we're coming back. We came back today on Fresh Cut Friday because that was one of the things that I love to do some daily things. But Fresh Cut today is cutting away everything that is not giving you anything. Right? You got to understand when you're freshly cutting some things. And this is the thing, you do it religiously. So we do some certain things, but we don't understand how important that it is that you reevaluate your own self. See, that's the thing that I'm finding out with some of us, is that we get to a place where we only want to see the surface. We don't want to see we don't want to deal with what it takes to keep it moving. So I'm speaking to your moments right now. I'm speaking to your elevation moments, that you got to understand that even in the process, you still have to take a moment. You still have to reevaluate, and you still have to get back to what's going on, what's going to help you get to your next level. That's what Elevation Moments is. I don't have to come on here at a certain time if I don't want to. It's conducive for the system. It's conducive for the algorithms. But can I tell you, my algorithms is not who I'm here to, I'm assigned to. It's not based on the algorithms. It's based on the needs of the people. Elevation Moments is coming to give you the moments that you need to speak to you about certain things that you may need to help you move to the next level. And so when we do that, it may not be at the same time every day. I can't tell you I'm coming back every Friday, because Fresh Cut Friday just feels good to me. But when I tell you how important it is for us to really get used to reevaluating ourselves, right? And so I want to tell you just a little bit, some things that are taking place even with us here at Victoria Elevates, because I'm a sole proprietor. I operate solely by myself. I'm been praying for a team of people that will be committed, not just in words, but actually in action, be committed. And until that time comes, I will continue to do what I do by myself. Why? Because it's important that when you are setting things in order, you have to stick to the blueprint. And people that cannot stick to the blueprint with you is a hindrance and not a help. Right? Let me say that again. People that are not committed are a hindrance and not a help. I want you to have committed people that's on your team. I want you to be able to understand that when you are dealing with elevated, not tolerated, when you're dealing with uncensored conversation, when you're dealing with any aspects of Victoria Elevates, we are committed to helping you, not just today, not just tonight, but we're here to help you to the very end. It's up to you whether you want that help. And so that's the reason why when I took a break, it was necessary for me to understand that one thing is for certain: I'm not for everybody, and everybody ain't for me. You will also say this: all money ain't good money. Can I say that again? Because some of you and some of us have been dependent on certain things because that's what we've been programmed to believe to do. That's the reason why some of the things that's happening in the world today is catching us off guard, because we've been programmed to believe one way when in actuality we should always be prepared in another way. I want to encourage you on today. There's certain things that we have to be able to move expeditiously in. And so I just got a message. Well, let me tell you a few things, and then I'm going to get into this for about 15 minutes, and then I'm going to be gone. Okay. One thing is I'm going to be more time sensitive to you and I, because I know that I can lose some I can lose interest in a minute after a certain time. And I know it's been a thing that has been also proven that, certain people, we lose track in certain times, right? And so I'm going to be timed. I'm going to be more precise with the timing. And there's some things that I'm going to be teaching other people when they're on social media, with how important it is that you know your audience enough to know when to keep talking and when to shut up. Because this is the true fact of the matter. You can overwhelm somebody with what you're thinking about and what you're talking about. And I want to be able to help other podcasters along the way with that, because you can learn the backside of it. You can learn how to work the cameras and all of that kind of stuff. But can you teach yourself how to keep your audience in tune to you? These are things that Simone and I talked about when I said I needed to come back to doing what I wanted to do. But it's a place, it's a process. Can I be honest with you? Everything has a process. You have to choose what process that you're going to stick with. I have a blueprint, and I'm going to stick to my blueprint, whether you like it or not, because this is not about trying to overkill anything. It's about moving in a certain way according to what your purpose is. Every person on this planet has a purpose. Can I be honest with you? Life has hands, and sometimes those hands start swinging really hard. Can I ask you, can you handle your hands? Can you deal with the swinging? But here's the thing. I'm not here today to pretend it didn't hurt. Life's battles through these last few months has actually caused me to understand how hurt really works. I'm here to show you that you can heal in your process. I want to show you that sometimes it is necessary for you to understand that you can come back from even the deepest of hurts. So if you haven't been betrayed, if you haven't been overlooked, or if you've had not to gather yourself just to show up, then this is what Elevation Moments is for you, right? I ain't for everybody. Let me get it straight. Let me tell you, I'm not for everybody. If you have never had a deep loss that caused you that your whole world shook, then my daddy used to say, wait on it, because it's coming your way. Some things will happen along the way. It's all up to you how you deal with it, right? And so I want to encourage you on today. So you got to understand that this is not a one-time event in your life, right? See, this is the thing. You have to understand that these moments are coming for a reason. They're here for a reason. They are here in order to impact us and keep us moving. See, this is the thing. People said, oh, Victoria went off the scene. She must be, she's hiding off the scenes. What is she doing? Let me tell you something. If you can get out that monitoring spirit, worrying about what somebody else is doing, and worry about your process, right? Again, today I'm talking about reclaiming, refocusing, and rebuilding. Let me just put that into the chat so that y'all have this so you can see it. We're talking about reclaiming, and I'm sorry, refocusing, Miss Carrie, refocusing and rebuilding. Yeah, I'm multitasking, y'all. That's the topic. That's what we're going to be talking about for the next couple of days. And, sometimes you'll see that. But this is what we're talking about. Reclaiming, refocusing, and rebuilding. Okay? We're talking about reclaiming, refocusing, and rebuilding, right? And the key point for this, and I got my notes because, I do need to, I got my notes. Let me just leave it right there. See, this is the thing. Sometimes When you have to go off the scenes, it's for you to obtain clarity. I love the people that watch from behind the scenes. It makes me feel so much better, y'all. I just want to let y'all know. I love it when people sneak in and look. I love that part. I love people that are new. I don't like to have the same audience. I like people to know who I am. And some of you might say, well, can you reintroduce yourself? Yes, I can. I am Victoria Hall. I'm the CEO, founder, facilitator of Victoria Elevates. Bam. And this is the thing. When you are at this place now in your life, reclaiming and refocusing and rebuilding is a process in itself. Those 3 R's, write them down. You're going to need them later. Reclaiming and refocus and rebuilding is a process in itself. You have to learn how that looks for you. See, when I took my break, it's because I had to understand that it was time for me to go back and regroup. The last 8 months, there's been some things that I have been working with. And then, of course, like I said, the loss of my dear friend. But the thing was, before she even got sick, we were in the process of rebuilding. And she was helping me to come with my comeback. See, this is the thing. You got to understand, coming back is not a bad thing. Coming back is where your foundation is. See, when you can reclaim and refocus and rebuild, this is what happens. Reclaiming is about taking back what life, fear, and or people try to silence you with. I want to give this to you because I think it's important that you write this down. Reclaiming is about taking back what life, fear, or sometimes people try to silence you with. It's about owning your own voice again. Right? It's about being a part of something that is so important to you that in spite of the circumstances and situations that you're going through, you cannot let that overtake you. You cannot let something or anyone else own your lane. This is your lane, right? If it was purpose for you to do it, it's meant for you to accomplish it. Sometimes you have to go back and say, let me reevaluate what I need to do. Let me reevaluate the process, right? I offer a certified master life coach, a certified coaching program where you can be licensed to be able to be a certified master coach. I know there's many programs out there. I agree with you. There's certain things that, you just have to see what fits for you. A few months ago, I had 2 students that I was really working with, and one of them is still with me to this day. She's still finishing up her program. She had some life things happen, but every week she comes in with Miss Victoria, look, I still got to finish this. See, when you I got to finish this, when you I got to finish this spirit, then you can go ahead and take on some things, right? You can do some things, right? So through the coaching program, allowing people to learn how to be a certified master coach, is that you have to understand what you are really giving to the people. You already know you're built to talk about X, Y, and Z, but it's the how you deliver it that's going to make the difference. It's going to be how you deal with yourself is going to be the difference. When you start thinking about reclaiming it, sometimes you got to understand it's not about who hurt you or why you got hurt. It's about remembering who you were before the hurt. Let me say that again to the people in the back and to the roaches that are crawling and the spiders that little head, shoulders, knees and toes. Let me tell you this. Reclaiming is not about who hurt you. It's about remembering who you were before you got hurt. Write that down. Repeat it to yourself. It's not about who hurt you or even why they hurt you. It's about remembering who you were before you got hurt. Through the last couple of months, I've had to say, look, God, if I'm going to be this certified master coach teaching everybody else how to be able to deal with it, then I can't worry about the people that walked away or the ones that hurt me. I got to worry about what it looks like before I got hurt. The energy that I was given before I got hurt. The energy before the headaches came. The energy before. Hey, child. Okay, I'm not going there. Look, I had to remember to stop feeding people who can't digest my worth. So you got to understand that your worth is what you give it. Don't allow anybody to take you away from what your true value is of yourself. You are more than a conqueror, is what the Bible teaches you. And so let me reiterate that. You can conquer this if you don't lose focus on who you are. You have to reclaim what you know about yourself. See, I know I'm powerful. I'm not talking about being powerful to you. I'm talking about being powerful to myself. I know I'm powerful because all of the hells that I've been through, I still come back and stand up. See, that's how I know that I'm powerful for me. Can you look in the mirror and ask yourself, what are you powerful for yourself? I don't know about you, but when I begin to think about some things, I am going to reclaim my voice. I need you to step out on faith today with me. I need you to know that you are elevated and not tolerated. But how do you know that? Well, you have to say some things to yourself. You have to speak to yourself like you would be speaking to me or anybody else that you come across, because we all have a purpose. The thing is, I'm telling you today, I reclaim my voice. I reclaim my clarity. I reclaim my worth. My worth it is not bent on the person that left me. It's not bent on the person who mishandled me. My worth is who I am to myself, and I reclaim it because there's nobody better than me to me. Nobody can treat you the way that you can be treated if you're treating yourself badly yourself. One of the things someone kept telling me over the last couple of years, she said, Victoria, stop allowing people to step on you. Stop allowing people to walk over you. Stop allowing people to disrupt you. You know that your programs work. You know, you've seen the evidence. That's the reason why some of y'all still using it. But that's the reason why. Because when you get your head right, your shoulders can stand up, Miss Carrie. Your shoulders can stand up. Then you can stand up on your knees. You can, your knees to get stronger and you can build yourself back up. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. You got to understand that through this process, you can reclaim your voice. I don't know about you, but I think about so many things. I think about the songs that people, the musical industry has been hit hard from Christian music to R&B. We've been hit hard with the greats with the greats leaving out of us, right? But this is the thing. You can't allow yourself to keep falling into those circumstances. You got to keep pushing past the pain. How do you do that? You have to learn how to refocus. I'm telling you today in the next 10 minutes how we need to stop allowing the circumstances to overtake us and engulf us and swallow us up like we have nothing else to gain. Refocusing means you got to take the storm. Sometimes when you are driving through a storm, the rain comes down so hard that you can't even see, right? It makes it a blurry, like like my backdrop, my back screen right now is blurry, right? It's blurry because I didn't want to go through all of the hassle of putting up the green screen and all of that kind of stuff because we got other things to worry about. I need you to focus on what's coming out of my mouth and how it's going to affect you. The blurriness doesn't mean that you're blind. Blurry vision doesn't mean that you're blind. Blurry means that you might need to wipe your eyes a little bit. You might need to get some stuff out of your system, but it doesn't mean that you're blind. See, when you're refocusing, you stop trying to get back to what was, and you start seeing what's next. See, the problem is we want to get stuck in, Sally Sue did me wrong. I didn't get this done. Look, stop looking at what you didn't do and start refocusing on what you can accomplish next. Every trial that you go through is a part of the test. It's a part of you learning what you need, what you are capable of. See, this is the thing. Because you fell down doesn't mean that you got to lay there. It means that you got to refocus on how to get back up. What is one thing that you know you called to do? Even if it's uncomfortable, focus on it. coming back to doing elevation moments, coming back to doing uncensored conversation, coming back and doing the elevated, not tolerated coaching, the individual coaching that I do on doing the lives. All of that is something that it feels uncomfortable because I know there's some haters out there. They're saying you keep starting and you quit, and you keep starting and you quit. You got to understand, every season has a pause in it. Have you watched the TV shows and they say we're going to take the new season will start X, Y, and Z? You know what that means? It's time for you to review the reruns. I'm teaching you today. I'm giving you some coaching tips to my coaches out there, to some of you that are still underlining coaches. This is the thing. When you take a seasonal break, that's time for you to review what you've already done. Look at the pitfalls. Look at the things that didn't work. I have my own merchandise line that I do for myself. And I also help other people. But this is the thing. I look at what I want that my clients need, right? And I go out there to look for what they need. I don't give a flying flip what you're doing. I don't give a flying ham sandwich and biscuit what you're doing. I care about, am I producing what I'm supposed to be producing to do what I need to do better? See, this is the thing. When you get out of worrying about what somebody else is doing. See, there's a lot of people doing the same thing. There's a lot of coaches out there. There's a lot of preachers out there. There's a lot of t-shirt makers. There's a lot of merchandise people out there. It is. But not everybody is for you. That's the other 199 billion other people that you need to be refocusing on. I'm not focusing on what you're doing and why you're doing it. I'm focusing on what I'm doing and why it is necessary for the people that has been assigned to me. There's people that are assigned to me as their coach, as their mentor, and those are the people that I want to reach me. I don't need the Jack Lovers. I don't need the ones that's gonna hold me back. I don't need that. But how do you know what those look like? You have to go back and reevaluate. You have to reevaluate your time, reevaluate how you process, reevaluate some things. It's time to write it down and make yourself aware of what you need to do. You need to ask yourself, are you ready to jump back into the pool? I'm gonna tell you right now, I've been ready. But because of the mental circumstances around certain things, I had to take a break. See, when you know that you're burning out, we say it in the Christian community, don't be bleeding on somebody else. I'm not bleeding on nobody else. I've had it done to me too many times. I'll walk away before I let you bleed on me. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I can't allow you to stress me out to the point that I can't help you. That's when I started hearing and I started listening more to my own. Somebody made the comment and they said, you need to take your own classes. Baby, I do. That's how I'm able to teach them. That's why I am the instructor. That's why I'm the certified master, because I do take my own classes. Hello, how you doing? Because in order for you to understand the process, I got to be a partaker of it. I didn't just wake up one morning and decide I'm going to be elevated, not tolerated. It was a life journey. It continues to be a life journey. And that's why I have to stay focused. That's why I'm trying to encourage you. Somebody said, well, why are you always talking about yourself? Because I'm a storyteller in order for you to understand what I went through. I don't want you to be bogged down anymore. I don't want you to be stuck in the mud. I want you to elevate to the next level. And how can I help you do that? By telling you that you are elevated and not tolerated. Now, I'm getting ready to close. This is the thing. The hard part is rebuilding. Because when you're trying to rebuild, everybody got something to say about what you didn't do last time. That's just want to get some things straight before we leave out of here. This is the thing. When you're rebuilding, this is the hardest part, but also the most clear and holy part of who you are. It is the cleansing of who you are. When you are rebuilding, it's about doing it different, stronger, and wiser. It's about building from a place that nobody will ever take you back through some things. Building is not for approval. It's not for applause, but it is for purpose. Can you say that to yourself? Me rebuilding is not for your approval or not for your applause, but it's for my purpose. See, I have a purpose of being elevated and not tolerated. I went through some things in my life. That's how I know what I teach works. When I'm in the positive self-building class, I know it works because I have students that have told me I'm still using some techniques that you gave. A few weeks ago, I was on my good friend Lisa Washington's show talking about Beauty and the Beast. See, you got to understand there was a whole segment that was being taught to people to understand their true value and their true worth. Because sometimes you got to be a beast and not the beauty. And sometimes you got to be a beauty and not the beast. But you got to understand what that concept is. Baby, you can't teach my class if you ain't never sat in my class. But at the end of the day, when I was on her live talking about that a few weeks ago, God reminded me, he said, this is the reason why you are chosen to do what you do the way that you do it, because it's necessary for you to help somebody else rebuild a part of their life. Now, sometimes that comes with some consequences. That means that sometimes people don't see you the way that you expect. Let me tell you something. Stop expecting people to see, to act, to treat you the way you would treat you. It doesn't work. Stop expecting people to do like you would do. People are going to follow their own rules. This is the thing. Just what we need to do is produce positivity into people so that they will understand it. Elevated, not tolerated is about teaching positivity into you. I've been bruised. I've been hot. I've been knocked down. I've had some rough days, but baby, one thing I'm going to tell you, that's not going to happen in this last quarter, 2025. You ain't taking me for a ride. This is the thing. You're going to stick to what the blueprint says, or you're not going to have the blueprint at all. The rebuilding process. Let me say, I want to say it again because I keep hearing it. In this process of rebuilding, it's not for anybody's approval but yours. I tell my clients, I got a good client, I got a good friend, and I tell her this all the time. This is your program. I'm only here to help you enhance it. But at the end of the day, what you say and do is on you. Don't expect everybody to like what you do. Don't expect everybody to tune in. Baby, I stopped worrying about how many numbers I had a long time ago because I don't even care about that, because numbers come and go and people do the same thing. But when you are building and rebuilding who you are, you can't allow the circumstances around you to cloud up your mind. The reason why some of us are going through this last quarter and we're struggling is because we would open our mouths to the wrong people at the wrong time. And now you're beating yourself up when you should be patting yourself on the back, because baby, you made it. You got it to 2025. You got it to the last quarter of 2025. Now we're in for the stretch. It's not about who got that started off at the race at the beginning of the year and they're making $500 million. It's about you still in the race to do what you got to do. So today I'm talking to you about what? Yeah, y'all probably say, I forgot what you're talking about. Well, let me tell you what we're talking about. We're talking about reclaiming, refocus, and rebuilding. It's Fresh Cut Friday. Cut up all of that stuff that doesn't do you any good. People, places, and things. Kill them. Kill them with kindness. Cut the umbilical cords. Remove the hash. Remove it. In my ministry, I spoke the other Sunday on what's your hashtag. You got to define who you are. You're by yourself. People are going to put they're going to put attached tags to you for all different things. But what do you say you are? This is Domestic Violence Month. I have a t-shirt. My t-shirt says, I didn't survive. I just didn't survive. I'm victorious over domestic violence. Why? Because I refuse to keep walking. I refuse to walk back into that atmosphere. Because once you've been in it, you will know the signs. Some of us are just weak-minded and we like to be controlled. I don't know about you. Miss Carrie, that ain't my problem. I'm not one of those people. I don't need you to control me. I need you to understand me, and let's work out a situation where we can walk together. Right? It's domestic violence. That is domestic violence month. I'm an October baby, and I said, God, why did you put domestic violence in the month of my birth? He said, because you're going to learn how to go through it. I went through it. I'm not just a survivor. I'm victorious over it. And I work every day to stay that way. It ain't about that one moment. It's about several moments, right? This is the thing. It's also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Those men and women, because men get breast cancer too, guys, you need to get checked. Look, this is the thing. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Let me educate you. You're not a survivor. You're victorious over it. You may be still going through the treatments, but you still have victory over it. There's somebody sitting beside you that didn't, because of what life is. But you have to stay focused on things and follow through. That was one of the other things, guys, that's God been down. Victoria, just follow through. Simone used to tell me all the time, follow through. And so I want to encourage that it's also Bullying Awareness Month. Baby, stop talking about bullying if you don't understand what true bullying is. Because I'm going to tell you something. Some of you talking out the side of your face and you really don't know what you're talking about. But there is people that are truly being bullied. From a child on to even into my adulthood. I've experienced it. But the thing is teaching our children how to deal with it, even teaching our adults how to deal with it. There's more bullying amongst adults than it is children. Did you know that? If you look at the statistics of where bullying starts, it starts with the adults. My good friend Lisa Washington is going to be coming on my Uncensored Conversation broadcast, and we're going to talk about, the communication techniques that we need to do. See, there's certain things that you need to learn. So I'm getting ready to close, but I do want to confirm some things. I know people have been asking, and some of you that are out there, some of my co-authors that are out there have been saying, when is it started with me? When is it going to be released? First of all, let me tell you this. If you are one of the co-authors, you need to be following through and paying attention. Because I'm publishing what you sent. Now, I'm saying that publicly. I'm publishing what you sent. We did have some setbacks. We had some delays, but the month of October, baby, we are ready to go forward. We will not do a traditional book launch. There's some things that I just, we lost like I said, we lost one of our biggest supporters, and shout out to Chad. Her husband has written a beautiful chapter for the book. We finally got the final pieces of that this morning. So we're going to be going ahead and moving forward. And so by the end of the month, you will be able to go ahead and start seeing us give you that magical link where you can order. Let me state this right now. Any merchandise can only be purchased through me. You can't buy you can't reproduce anything on your own. As far as the book collaboration goes, that's Elevated, Victoria Elevates. But we do have everything set for that. We've got people that are doing our merchandise. I'm doing some of the merchandising myself, but we've already got somebody doing our cups, our mugs, and those things. So those are merchandise that you can only order through me. Some of our authors will have access because they would have purchased some of it, but you'll know that it's official. And when we get to that part, you'll know when it's official merchandise for the book, because you'll know. I'll make sure you know. But by the end of the month, it should be sooner than that. But I'm proactive with all the things that has happened. But by the end of the month, you'll be able to see it started with me. Let me see if I can give you just a look at the rough draft. This is not the original. This is not the book. I just want to show you what a sketch of it looks like. Give me just a second. I apologize. I should have this over here. Any questions and concerns while we're going forward? I don't know if you can see this. I don't know how to. Let me see. Well, you can't. But it is it's the sketching of it. It started with me overcoming the fear about myself and turning it around to empower myself. That is the official title of the book. It started with me overcoming the fear about myself and turning it around into empowering myself. So it's going to be out by the end of the month. The co-authors that are we the co-authors that are in the book, we have like 12, I think it is now. Those authors that's in the book, you'll be able to purchase a copy from them. The pre-sale didn't go over too well. So we're not offering a pre-sale unless something changes, but that would be available to you by the end of the month. You'll be able to go ahead and read what these co-authors has given us as a part of their story. Some people gave just a snippet, so it's not a full chapter. It may be a paragraph or less, but that's what they gave me because that's what they wanted to do inside of the book. And so we published exactly what they gave us. If they gave us 2 lines, that's what's going to be published. It's 2 lines. But the book itself is about it. Some of the authors are talking about domestic violence, how they overcame that. Some of them are talking about, suicide, deaths in their family. Some of the authors are talking about overcoming, being bullied. It's the book itself, the basis of the book itself was to help empower us that our circumstances can't keep us down. There's several of the co-authors that starting next week I will be reading portions out of the book so that you'll be able to know you'll be able to get to know some of the authors through me reading. There's certain things that's going to be happening next week with regarding the book, so you'll be able to see all of that. So get ready for that. But it started with me. Is coming out by the end of the month. We want you to be prepared for it. Some of these authors took time and they shared and they gave of themselves so that they can better empower you. And that's what we wanted out of the book. There's a couple of things that's going to be initiated with that for some of our authors. Not all of our authors will be included in the next phase, but the second phase is coming up too. And some of those authors that have stuck with us and participated and met the deadlines, met the goals, met the objectives of the first volume, they'll be invited to come back and do the second volume with us. And so we're super excited about that. We hope that you'll be able to participate with us. So look for that at the end of the month. I'm sorry, I'm going off a radar right now. But we got some other things that's coming. Uncensored Conversation will be coming back in November. We got some people that we're scheduling to help us come back. I was going to do a birthday show when we still might, but right now we have a lot of things that we're trying to finish up and take care of in the month of October. My birthday, y'all. It's big for me. So just stay tuned to what you're going to see happening in the next few weeks. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. But we're really going to be focusing on rebuilding, refocusing, and reclaiming everything that we have for ourselves. I'm going to get ready to go. Because what I had to come on here and tell you today is here. Like I said, I just wanted to let those of you that are part of the book collaboration know that it's going to be at the end of the month. And so you can stop wondering. There's some things that's getting ready to happen. We also are still enrolling. As of right now, we are still enrolling people who want to be certified life coaches. I don't have time for people who want to play games. I only want to take on those people, those students that are really coming to get the certification. I've taken time to sit down and reevaluate some things. I had some people that I had to go back and reevaluate some processes because sometimes you give away too much information and people don't understand what it takes to go through it. But I did. But I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying. But we are enrolling, students into the program. We're going to start in the fall. well, it's already fall. Well, we're going to officially start in November. We're going to do a live on some impacts of what some of our students that have taken the classes and have gotten their certification. We've had some people that have come and gone. They didn't complete the certification, but we wish them Godspeed and blessings to them. But we're here to make sure that people complete their certifications and get out there and do what they need to do, because there's people out there that need you, right? And we want to make sure you have the paperwork to build you to go with that. And so it's been a process. And so we're going to be offering some new classes. We're still finishing up the positive self-building class. Building positive relationships. We're going to actually put that out there as a webinar where you'll be able to take that class on your own. The only thing about that is you missed the impact of being in the classroom with us. Most of my students tell me the same thing. They would love to take the self-paced, but they get more impact. They get more feeling from being in the classroom. So it's up to you. We're going to be offering that both ways, so that you'll be able to have your own choice of it. Just keep that in mind. We got a lot of things going on. But right now, I want to tell you that it's time for me to go. I thank you for your time. I thank you for those that have been watching. Even those that have been watching behind the scenes, I thank you because you still help the algorithms kick it out. To those of you that are looking for some other things, just stay tuned. We'll be giving out the information about Uncensored Conversation and when it's coming back. Stay tuned, because Miss Carrie is coming back. Miss Thursday with Miss Carrie Price. she will be coming back soon. And I'm telling you, that girl is awesome with the people that she's working with in the musical industry. She is a look, congratulations, Miss Carrie. We're saying this publicly. I'll let her tell you more later. But congratulations on your new elevation with your business. We are so super proud of you. It's been 3 years, but it finally happened. And so we're super excited for you. But guys, y'all need to watch for Miss Carrie Thursday with Miss Carrie. She's working with some awesome artists in the musical industry. If you are an artist, if you are a person that is trying to get out there before the public with your musical skills and talent, Miss Carrie is the person to see. And I'll refer her 199.5%. I'm telling you, you do not want to miss talking to this lady. She's going to be one of the people that comes back on the show as well for Uncensored. She's coming back in the month of November with us as well, because we want to see what she's been doing and what she's got coming on. But if you are looking for a manager, a person who can promote and produce and help manage your musical career, this is the lady to see. And so, she's also one of our supporters here. And so I am so thankful to have her in our corner. She is such an amazing person. She puts on these amazing events. And I'm telling you, if you haven't been to one of ABM's events, you need to get with the program and get over there and see some things, because she be off the chain, y'all. She be having some things happening, and she's got some things happening behind the scenes. And so today, I want to thank you again for watching. We'll be back real soon. Just look for the live notification that we're going live, because you never know when there's an elevation moments, because we're here to empower, embrace, and educate you to be elevated and not tolerated. We'll see you on the flip side.